Hey, what's going on, guys? This is AndrewChicken, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be going over the brand new flank on the PTS, Vatu. He's a really cool kind of stealthy ninja flank. He's a squadron, and he doesn't have the most original kit, in my opinion, but the abilities he does have work really well together, and I think he's going to be a very, very fun flank to play. So, what we'll be doing in today's video is basically checking out his base kit, and also his talents and his cards, and then towards the end of the video, I'll be going over my kind of Day 0 loadout, which I think works pretty well with Vatu. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with his base kit. So, his primary fire is his Kunai. Although real quick, let's get a third-person view of this guy. So, here we go. So you can see him in third-person mode. I guess if we hold middle-click, can we turn around with this guy? We can, sort of, a little bit. It's hard to see his face. But yeah, this is Vatu, so he's a squadron. You can tell by the tail, the horns, stuff like that. Looks like he chipped one of his horns. Oh, that looks painful. But yeah, he's kind of a squadron ninja. So picture Talus, but cool, and not a child, and yeah, significantly better looking. I mean, you can just tell the detail on his default skin, like the cloak and stuff, is really nice. We can kind of get in there, see the pattern. It looks really, really good. I really like the work that they've done, kind of making his skin. And his other skins look cool too, in particular the gold skin, which I'll have up on the screen. It is gorgeous. Honestly, I think it might take the title of the new best gold skin in the game. I've always thought that Corvus had the best gold skin, but I don't know. He might take the cake. He has such a gorgeous gold skin. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and check out this base kit now that we kind of know what he looks like in third person. Get the emote off. Yeah! Oh, he's so cool. So, his primary fire is his Kunai. This is a pretty interesting weapon. Basically, the way it works is it fires 3 Kunai at the same time, kind of all side by side like this. So you can see, yeah, they're all side by side, like that. They have a wonderful flame effect on them too, although don't let the flame particle effect fool you. They don't light people on fire, but they do a pretty decent amount of damage. So each of the individual kunai does 300 damage, and yeah, if you hit all 3 of them, you get a total of 900 damage per shot. They fire every 0.9 seconds, so you have roughly 1000 DPS, which is a little bit higher than Maeve's DPS, but it's not as reliable at long range. Like at long range, at most, unless you're fighting against a tank, you're going to be hitting one of your kunai. So yeah, there's a little bit of drop off at range because of the way the projectiles work. So they're not like a Nara's staff where they fire 1, 2, 3 like that, or kind of like Maeve's, where they fire one after the other. Nope. Yeah, you just got this one in the center, then the 2 kind of offset to either side. So, yeah, and they do have a little bit of an arc, which you'll notice at longer ranges, but for all intents and purposes, if you're mid to close range, you're not going to notice the arc at all, so you don't really need to adjust for that. You just need to adjust for the projectile speed, and they're fairly fast too. Like, they're not the slowest thing in the world, but they're not hit scan either, so you do got to keep that in mind. Ooh, that one did a little bit of a weird thing. Do they, like, change if I jump? I'm not sure if there's... I don't think there's mid-air inaccuracy, which is really helpful because he's a very agile and mobile flank. So, his next ability is his right-click, which is his sticky bombs. Well, they're not technically called sticky bombs, they're called shadow bombs, and basically what these are knockoff Bomb King sticky bombs. So, you right-click like this Victor. Yeah, the impact does 10 damage, and then each of the bombs explode in rapid succession, and they do 200 damage apiece. So in total, 630 damage, I guess if you count the hit damage, those little 10s. And yeah, they have a decent enough range. You can see these were kind of scathing the Ying a little bit, but they have some pretty steep drop-off. Like, they barely damage the Ying at all. So, yeah, it's kind of helpful, and you can chain them immediately after your kunai. So you can do something like this and get huge damage, and then just one more kunai will finish him off. So it's kind of his burst combo. You left click, then immediately right click, or I don't know what the equivalent would be on controller, but yeah, just kunai, then sticky bomb real fast like that, and it does huge amounts of damage. That's like 2/3 of their health for most targets. So really, really nice. His next ability is ambush. So you can see that little thing surrounding the Victor, that little indicator. That means if we press ambush, we teleport up to him, dealing 200 damage, and we can do that to a second target. So you get 2 teleports, basically, of ambush, and you have a short few second long period to basically go to both of them. You don't necessarily need to go to both of them, but you can go to 2 different targets if you want. And it does have a finite range, so you can kind of see this is about where the range is. I think my loadout has a little bit of a range card in there, so the actual range will be a little bit shorter, but obviously you can't not choose a loadout, so yeah, but this is about the range you're working with for the teleport. So you can teleport to Victor, get nice close, do your burst combo, and boom, he's gone. So really, really, really cool. And then his final ability before his ultimate is his primary movement ability, as I like to think. It's the one you'll be using most often, which is his dashes. So these are an omnidirectional dash. You can it'll basically go where your cursor is going. So like that, really simple, really smooth and fluid. But they also have another sort of functionality where if you're like holding right, for example, and you press the dash, you'll dash to the right. Hold left, you'll dash to the left. Hold S or backwards, and you'll go backwards. Kind of like that. And also, if you look down and hold backwards, you'll go up. So, pretty cool. So you can just use the dash to kind of look in whatever direction you're going and do like that. Or, if you're in a duel and you want to quickly dodge, you can just go to the side like that. So, it's really, really interesting. It's kind of a hybrid between Maeve's Pounce and Ruckus's dashes, I want to say. Which is honestly really nice. It's a really simple but really kind of just fluid and fun ability to have on a flanker. It's a really nice movement ability. And you have 3 charges, and they all have a really short cooldown. In fact, you can see the cooldowns here. So Shadow Monks has a 10-second cooldown, Ambush has an 11-second cooldown, and Dash only has a 5-second cooldown. So you can use this. There's a 1-second cooldown before you can use it again, and then do that, and then do that, and then 2 seconds later, boom, you get another dash, and yeah, then you've got to wait a little bit before you can get your other dashes. So the dash cooldowns don't all tick down simultaneously, like they made Grok's totems do this patch. Oh my gosh, I love that change, but that's for another video. For now, all you need to know is that, yeah, the dashes don't tick their cooldowns down simultaneously, they do it one by one, and yeah, they're just a really nice movement ability. So yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of demonstrate how he would play, or I guess, hold on, real quick, we gotta show off the ult before I can demonstrate how he would play, kind of like his burst combos and stuff. But yeah, his ultimate. So this is kind of a different form of dash. So when you press your ultimate, you'll charge it up, and once that bar is completely full, you can dash through and get maximum distance. And then passing through enemies, you can pass through as many enemies as you want. It'll do 800 damage and stun them for, what is it, 1.25 seconds. So if you were to use your ult, let me go grab another one real quick. If you were to use your ult without letting the bar fill up, the dash would be shorter. So you can see that was a much shorter dash than the first one. In fact, we can just compare. So that was the first one. And then, yeah, we let it charge up all the way. It'll automatically fire a second after it fills up, and yeah, we go significantly farther. So if you're in a close range duel, you can like tap the ult, immediately press left click, and get like a quick stun on these guys, which can be really, really helpful. So yeah, let's just go ahead and demonstrate how he would play. So like you can do your burst combo with the Kunai, boom, he's dead. Dash to the next target, you can ambush them, and then boom. And yeah, just use your dashes to be extra mobile. You can use that second charge of ambush, dash again, boom, like that. And also, another thing I forgot to mention about the dashes. You get, what is it, 60% damage reduction or something like that? You get some damage reduction while you're quickly dashing. It's a very, very short burst of damage reduction, but yeah. In that period while you're traveling, you do get a tiny bit of damage reduction, which can be helpful. So, but yeah, you can just kind of keep, you can ambush in, boom, dash away real quick, hit the sticky bombs, and boom, dead. Dash up here, boom, there's more damage, but you can see we only hit one of the kunai, so we only did 300 damage. Can dash again, boom, big damage. And yeah, he's just a really mobile flank. He's kind of like a hybrid between like Maeve and also Bomb King-ish, but not really Bomb King. He's like a different version of Maeve, I'd like to say. And yeah, he's just really cool. He's got a really nice aesthetic. Again, the art team, the sound team, whichever team is responsible for making this dude look as cool as he is, fantastic job. He is 10 out of 10. Really, really nice on the aesthetics. But yeah, he's also really fun to play. These dashes feel super smooth. Also having that second movement ability, being able to teleport quickly to someone, and then you can dash, kind of dodge like that, hit him with the kunai. It's really, really nice. So yeah, and he can do something like this, do that, then boom, there's 800 damage, he's stunned. I missed my shot, but if the shot hit, boom, he would have been dead. He's just a really, really nice champion. And also, you'll notice, his footsteps are pretty quiet. So, yeah, you don't really got to worry about, you know, the other stealthy ninja in the game, Koga, you know, how his footsteps are loud and you can hear him coming a mile away. Vatu's actually pretty silent. The dashes still make a little bit of a noise, but they're also pretty quiet relative to, like, you think Andrew's dashes, or you got, like, the like that noise. These are really quiet. So yeah, it's, even though he doesn't have like stealth, he doesn't have invisibility, he's still really, really sneaky because of how quiet he is. Of course, this makes a little bit more noise, and the ambush noise actually, that makes a pretty big noise, but you're also teleporting right into an enemy's face, so by that point you've lost any, like, inkling of stealth whatsoever. But yeah, I really like his base kit. Again, it's not very original. I mean, throwing 3 kunai, not very original. Sticky bombs, or I guess modified sticky bombs. Literally just Bomb Kings fire, but different. Dashes. A dash is not an original concept, but when you put them all together like this, and you make it run fluid and you give him some really cool aesthetics, he seems like he's going to be a really fun flank to play. So I'm looking forward to getting used to him, mastering him, and yeah, he's going to be really fun. But let's talk talents. So Vatu obviously has 3 talents, just like every other champion in the game. So his first talent, the one that you're going to be getting first, is Omnipresence, which makes your ambush have an additional charge, and it lets you use it on allies. So let's go ahead and grab that here, and let's go find Fernando and the Cassies over here. So we summon the Cassies, and yeah, we can go to the Cassie, and then go to Fernando, and obviously it's not going to do damage to Fernando. That would be a little bit silly, but you can basically use that talent to kind of get out of a sticky situation. So say you teleport to a Cassie and she's got like 2 teammates behind her that you didn't know were there. Flick back to your Fernando, teleport back to safety, and yeah, it's a pretty helpful talent for that. So I'm not sure if it's going to be used all that often, but it's still a pretty interesting concept. And yeah, also you could do this, boom, do damage to him and then say he's dead, teleport to another person, boom, refresh the cooldown of ambush, teleport to the victor, and you can finish him off, so you can kind of use that to get like a triple kill or something like that. So it's a pretty interesting talent. His next talent, oh gosh, I I don't remember the order of these. I'm pretty sure Unerring is the next talent you get at level 2. This will increase the explosion radius of shadow bombs by 5 units, and it will also make them home to enemies. So yeah, this is the talent I was using for the showcase, so that might actually be why Ying was getting hit by those in the first place. But yeah, you can see if we use your shadow bombs, they home to Ying. So it's kind of like Furia's projectiles. You know how when she uses her movement ability, those 3 orbs come out and home? It's kind of like that, but since Vatu's projectiles move a little bit faster, yeah, it's a little bit more snappy. But it basically is auto-aim on your sticky bombs. You can still miss them a little bit, but yeah, it just becomes nearly impossible to miss. But yeah, you can see, that's pretty much it. But then his last talent. This is the one I think is going to be, like, used the most often, because it is just such a good talent. Enveloping Shadows. Reduce the cooldown of your basic abilities by 15% after hitting an enemy with at least 1 kunai. So every 0.9 seconds, you reduce all of your active cooldowns. So yeah, pretty crazy. It can only activate only once per throw, so like if you hit all 3 kunai, you're not going to get 45% cooldown reduction. You only get to 15%, but it's 15% every second, which is just really nice. So we can grab the main build again, and yeah, just spam out our abilities, boom. And as we're hitting our kunai, you're going to see, if you pay attention to the cooldowns on the bottom, you can see they're ticking down. So yeah, really nice. Let's go ahead and just use the teleport as well. Boom, teleport to you. And yeah, it's cooldown spam, and you can combine it with his other cooldown cards too if you wanted to, and just go absolutely insane. So I think this is the talent that's going to be used the most often with him, just because it seems like really good. Like, why would you not want to spam cooldowns? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely mad. Like, every kunai hit, boom, more cooldowns. We got another dash. We can just keep on dashing. There's your sticky bombs. Boom, there's another dash. It's insane. I really like this talent. It's my favorite of the bunch. Most interesting of the bunch. And yeah, it's really, really cool. So yeah, but anyways, those are his talents. Let's go ahead and check out his cards and his loadout, or at least the loadout that I have for him, which I kind of think will be good. Kind of a day 0 loadout. It might change later, and it probably will change later, but this is just what I think might be good on him to basically start off with. So yeah, I guess we'll go to edit loadout. We'll check out his cards first, and then I'll say which cards I chose and why. So we'll starting off with his armor and weapon cards. You've got Tranquility, increase your base jump height by 30%. This card is not worth it at all. It sucks. It really sucks. I thought it was going to be interesting when I read it in the patch notes, but the jump isn't really that noticeable. In fact, we can actually go ahead and crank this up to 5. Where is it? Here. Crank that up to 5. Crank these down, and you can see, look at how high he jumps. Wow, that's so much of a difference. Oh my gosh, it's insane. We can jump on top of Ying. It's not worth it. Don't run this card. It's absolute trash. But yeah, let's check out his other cards. So, Shadow Garrote. Shadow Garrote? I don't know how to say that. Generate 5% ultimate charge after hitting an enemy with your ultimate. This card, I think, is bugged on the PTS, or it's not fully implemented yet. But when it is implemented, you could get up to 25% of your ultimate charge back after hitting an enemy with your ultimate. And if you hit multiple, I assume it stacks. But again, it's kind of broken, I'm pretty sure. Let's just crank that up to max. We can try it out. I already have an ult. So yeah, let's just go over here and... yeah, it's broken right now. We didn't get any ultimate charge at all. But once it comes out, I assume that if we were to do this, it would get 75%. Because it doesn't say it's limited to just 25%. So, like it says, an enemy. I'm not sure if multiple enemies applies. So we'll have to test that once the card actually gets implemented. But for now, it's broken. Don't use it. Increase your maximum health. Can't go wrong with that as a filler. It's pretty fine, I guess. And then Final Sight, reset the cooldown of Ambush after falling to or below 10% health. This one seems a little bit weird to me. If you're not going Omnipresence, I don't really see this one being that useful, because, like, normally your Ambush teleports you closer to enemies. If you're below 50% health, or below 10% health, or whatever you have this card at, I don't see why you would want to be teleporting to enemies, so this one feels a little bit weird to me. But anyways, let's talk Shadow Bomb cards. So, reduce the cooldown of Shadow Bombs by 8% after earning a killing blow or elimination. Honestly, seems like a perfectly good card to run, especially if you're running the Shadow Bombs talent. Yeah, just kind of getting your Shadow Bombs back after getting a killing blow or an elimination. You don't even need, like, the proper kill, just an assist. Like, this seems decent. Seems decent enough. You could definitely run this. I could definitely see running it. Healing for 40 after activating Shadow Bombs, and generating ammo after hitting an enemy with Shadow Bombs, and also damage reduction after Shadow Bombs. All of these seem like pretty great cards. If you're in a duel, you've already engaged, you've hit them with Kunai once, you hit your Shadow Bombs, you'll get a whole bunch of buffs. I mean, damage reduction, ammo, healing. These all seem like perfectly viable cards to run. And yeah, just depending on your personal taste, depending on what you like, I mean, all of them seem pretty good to me. Then Ambush cards. Gathering Shadow. This one is really strong, in my opinion. Reduce the damage you take by up to 25% for 2 seconds after ambush ends. This applies to each ambush in the chain. So you ambush somebody, you teleport to them, you get 20% damage reduction. And since you're in their close quarters, you want that damage reduction because you're going to get shot at. So this just seems like a no-brainer to run, in my opinion. And yeah, you can refresh it if you ambush to someone else, because you get 2 chains, where you get, I guess, 1 and then you chains to another if you want. So yeah, basically 2 procs of this. Why wouldn't you run that? It's a fantastic card. Healing after activating Ambush. This one seems a little bit confusing to me. If you're engaging with the target with Ambush and you're at full health, I don't see it being particularly great, especially because you can't ambush to the same target. If you could ambush twice to the same target, I feel like this would be a little bit more helpful in duel, but you can't. So yeah, I don't see this one being as helpful if you're using your ambush to engage. If you're using it like in the middle of a fight or something after you've already taken damage, then it'll be a better healing card than the Shadow Bombs, because it scales by 70 instead of 40, so there's that. This one, Retribution. This card just seems weird. Increase the radius and effective radius of the damage from ambush by 15%. Why? Are you going to be hitting multiple people with the 200 damage from ambush? No? It's literally like the least damaging ability he has. I don't know why you would ever run this card. Seems weird to me. Shadow's Perch, on the other hand, seems like a pretty decent card. You could have it as a filler, you could have it as a main part of your loadout, although I'd recommend having other cards as the main card in your loadout, but seems like a decent filler. Increase the range of ambush, you can ambush people from farther away. Seems nice. His dash cards. Heal after activating dash. Ooh, actually, I haven't put this card in there. This might be a fun one to try. Currently, I'm using the movement speed card in my main loadout, but healing after activating dash could be fun too. So you heal for 100 every half a second, for half a second, and I think the scales, so like, yeah, the healing goes down as you level the card up, but you get the healing for longer. So if you max it out, you heal for 70 every half a second for 2.5 seconds after activating dash. So yeah, you spam out your dashes, you get some absolutely ludicrous healing. In fact, you know what? Let's try this out. Let's go over to the Cassies and let's get shot a little bit. So spawn them in, and boom, boom, dashes, and yeah, you basically become your own healer. It's still not as powerful as like just getting a Corvus buff or something like that, but still pretty interesting. And the scaling is a little bit weird. Like, if you want a quicker burst of healing, if you want 100 healing, but only 1 tick of it, then I guess leave it at level 1. I don't know. Pretty interesting card. Generate ult charge after activating dash every 60 seconds. This one is also bugged. So, yeah, but if you were to use this, basically the way it scales is, yeah, the 7% doesn't go up or down, but you can have the internal cooldown basically 28 seconds if you have it at level 5. So, but yeah, still currently bugged. Extraction, increase your movement speed by 5% for 2 seconds after dash ends. If you have this at level 4, and then you combine it with Nimble, it feels really, really good. Like, you're really, really fast. And also reduce the cooldown of dash by half a second, goes up to 2.5 seconds after hitting at least 1 enemy with Shadow Bombs. Also seems pretty decent to me if you want more dashes, but I wouldn't say it's like totally mandatory. So, this is kind of the build that I've been using recently for Vatu. We have Extraction 4 for movement speed, we have damage reduction on Assassin's Duels, and we also have damage reduction after ambush ends. So we basically get double DR, so if you ambush somebody, then use your Shadow Bombs, you'll have a bunch of damage reduction, you'll take a whole lot less damage. And then, filler card, we have increased range of ambush, and then we have this heal card, kind of just as a filler, it's a level 1 filler. You could put pretty much anything here, like if you wanted extra health, you could go for that. Honestly, I originally had Deadly Dash in there, but then I found it didn't work, so I just took it out. But yeah, this is kind of what I go. So double DR, increased movement speed, it feels really, really good. So I guess we could kind of test the double DR. Let's go over to the Cassies. So we're going to ambush, boom, there's that, and yeah, we took hardly any damage from that second bolt. So yeah, it's just a lot of DR. If you're engaging with someone, you're in close quarters with them, it seems pretty darn helpful. And then the extra movement speed by dashing. We're walking a little bit faster, but it really becomes noticeable when you get nimble 3. So get nimble 3, we're walking pretty fast, dash, and now we're really, really fast. It's basically like, you know how Damba has a speed card, Vivian has a speed card, and then you stack that with nimble, and you get like 40% movement speed. That's literally what this is. And if you're spamming out your dashes, you're going the talent that gives you cooldown reduction. It's effectively permanent as long as you're battling people. It feels really nice. And then you've got all that DR too from ambushing people, which I always forget to do because I'm just obsessed with his dashes. But if you're ambushing people, you're using your sticky bombs, you got all that sweet, sweet damage reduction, you got the movement speed. And yeah, also the filler card, you get 100 healing each time you dash. Just kind of pretty nice. So yeah, that's my day 0 build for Vatu. It is definitely subject to change, but this is just what I think will be good for Vatu, just kind of taking a look at his cards for the first time. So yeah, and if you get nimble, it's pretty nice. I also really feel like Deft Hands at a decent level and Chronos at a decent level can be helpful. Like, I would be testing it and in the shooting range, and I would just feel really good being able to spam this much, and also having the movement speed with nimble. Like, look at that reload speed. It's almost instant when you've got Deft Hands 3. But in actual practice, like, once you've got a decent level of Cauterize, a decent level of nimble, like nimble 3, Deft Hands 2 isn't a bad option. On Vatu, you don't necessarily need to go up to Deft Hands 3, but I don't know, I just feel like it's smooth and helpful. I've been liking Deft Hands more recently, unironically, just because, I don't know, I like going fast. But yeah, definitely not a replacement for Cauterize. You still need Cauterize in most cases. If you've got, like, any decent healer. Like, if you're going up against the Genos, maybe you don't need Cauterize, but if you're going against, like, a Pip or something, yeah, you still need Cauterize. But he is pretty bursty, though. I mean, look at how fast I just killed that Victor. It's really, really nice. And also, yeah, you can combo with this. Boom, he's stunned. Boom, take damage, and he's gone. He's just a really smooth, fluid flank. So, yeah, feels really fantastic. Oh, I didn't kill the Victor. Oh no, I'm a bad Vatu. But yeah, you can just chain the ult like that if you want to like win a duel real quick, just stun them. Originally I thought that was going to be underwhelming, but that extra stun combined with the damage, and combined with the fact that you can do that burst combo, I don't know. I don't think his ult is really that bad. It's not like a group killing ult. It's not like, you know, Maeve's ult where your entire team can push in because of it. It's just kind of a really simple, helpful thing. And also another thing to note with his ult is that it makes you crowd control immune. So if you're worried about getting stunned or something, you can pop that real quick and then go stun someone else. So yeah, it's just really nice. And you can see with Chronos just how much we're able to spam because of this talent. So like Chronos 3, fantastic buy on Vatu. Just look at the dash spam. Boom, there's that. Boom, gone. Boom, boom. It's madness. This character is just, he's so much fun. He's really, really cool. Again, not the most original, but my goodness, he's fun. Look at how fluid this is. As someone who likes fluid flanks, I mean, my favorite flank is Eevee. She's one of my favorite characters in the game. I'm excited to master this guy and to learn him, and maybe even get his gold skin too. I might have to pull a Creepers and just get him to level 50 really, really soon. So, but yeah, that's pretty much going to be the end of the video. So that's Vatu, the new flank. This is kind of what his kit looks like, kind of what I think a good loadout for him is, and kind of just, you know, what this new character is all about. So if you guys have enjoyed and are excited for more PTS content, then make sure to drop a like on the video, also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow my Twitch channel, because I will be streaming the crap out of the PTS this weekend and next week. It's gonna be so much fun. So make sure to follow me on both platforms, YouTube, Twitch, and also check out the Discord server linked in the description if you want to become a part of our active community and talk about the PTS, talk about your thoughts on Vatu and the other changes, talk about how much you love the Grok change, because I am in love with the Grok change, And yeah, last but not least, huge shout out to the members of the channel for helping to support my content. If you want to become a member today, just click the join button right next to the subscribe button. It's cheap and it helps out a lot. But anyways, I will see you all next time. Peace out.